What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and you got another episode of the People's Questions, episode 115. If you can't already tell, today I'll be playing some Raw vs. Smackdown, but before I get into you guys' questions, I would just like to thank the two guys that actually sent in the only questions I'll be answering for this particular episode, Mr. James V and Big Phil 2695. I want to thank both of you guys for saving this episode personally. Now, I start off with the first two questions that come from James V. You want to know, what is the most emotional game I've ever played? In terms of emotions, I guess I could say, that's actually a pretty tough one, but I'd have to say maybe the closest one would probably most likely be Metal Gear Solid 3, because that is a truly awesome game. That's like my favorite game that came out for the PlayStation 2 era. I have like 6 different copies of it, and I think the ending really did make the entire game, because I mean, you go through the entire game with this certain mindset, and you're going through it with Snake, and then when you finally get the final revelation about the boss and why she did what she did and what her intentions were, it's pretty heartbreaking. And anything that can make a badass like Big Boss cry is more than capable of causing me to cry a little bit. And I'll openly admit that over the course of my gaming experience, I think I've only cried 2 times for 2 particular games, but that's a video for another time. And your next question is, do I prefer Sony, Microsoft, Apple, or Samsung? I'm a Sony guy. Most of the electronics I use is Sony, PlayStations, PSPs, music players, stuff like that. However, I do use Microsoft's programs for my laptops, so, and although I really haven't had much time to try out Apple or Samsung, so mostly Sony, but some Microsoft thrown into the mix. The next 3 questions come from Big Phil 2695, and you want to know, who do I think would win in a fight between Sheriff Andy Taylor and Rick Grimes, or Grims? I don't know, I don't watch the show. But from what I've seen, I'm pretty sure Rick Grimes, or Grims, would probably get the advantage here, simply because I think living in a world set like The Walking Dead, I'm pretty sure that you'll have some survival skills, so that would be pretty helpful in a combat scenario. And I don't know, I don't think Andy Taylor, I don't really think he's much of a threat. He kind of reminds me of like Officer Bar Brady from South Park, so he seems like a bit of a retard to me. So, and just because you're a sheriff doesn't really make you useful, so I'm pretty sure Mr. Rick Grimes, or Grims, would win that fight. And your next question is, who do I think would win in a fight between Bible Man and Darth Maul? Wow. Wow, Big Phil, I really don't know where you get your ideas from, but why the hell would Bible Man even have a chance in hell to take on someone like Darth Maul? I mean, aside the fact that Darth Maul is a complete badass, he is a Dark Lord of the Sith, and I think the only question about who would win is how many pieces does Darth Maul want Bible Man cut up into. So, yeah, unquestionably, Darth Maul would win hands down. It's not even a question. And your last question is, if I could live at any time point within the Star Wars universe, when would it be? Well, I think the Clone Wars would be a little too extreme for me. I don't want to live in the Old Republic, and certainly don't want to live during the Hyperspace War. Around Luke Skywalker's time's too boring, but from what I've read in the novels, if I really had to pick a time and place, I would like to live on Coruscant, in between the periods between before the Clone Wars happens, but after the Hyperspace War. Because if you've read the novels, the only thing that's really kind of going on, the most significant event, is just Dark Plagueis is setting things up and finding Palpatine and all this real stuff. The Sith really haven't really made any serious moves, so I think the galaxy, for the most part, is at peace. So I think that would be like a really safe time to be like a scavenger, or a Tusken Raider, or a Jedi, or just an overall adventurer. So if I had to pick a time, it would be any point in time between the Clone Wars and after the Hyperspace War. And with that, those are all the questions that you guys sent in this week. I would like to thank James V and Big Phil 2695 again for sending in your questions. They really helped me out and made this episode possible. If you guys have any more questions that you would like me to answer in the People's Questions episode 116, please type them in the comments down below. But make sure you get them into me by Wednesday so I can get this video up ready for Friday. And if you like this video, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe. Keep track of me and my future movie, video game reviews, and episodes of the People's Questions that come up every Friday. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you next time.